Without further ado, let's kick off our summit with our first keynote speaker, because I'm very excited to introduce him. 2023 was a year of speed, and that's what Autel wrote in their marketing campaigns. And this year, Autel simply continues with this pace, with introducing, like I said, new products and also new services. They're really doing a great job. And I'm very excited, like I said, to introduce our first keynote speaker. He's such a positive and energetic personality. And he's going to share his latest perspectives on Autel Energy Europe. Please welcome to the stage CEO of Europe, Ting.
Yeah, hello? It's good. So, good morning. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And some of you guys participated our last year annual summit. Comparing with this year, it's more spacious, and also I see a lot of new face of the customer, and highly welcome. And welcome to this nice place. And I have a little bit emotional. You know why? Because if you're looking at the journey of almost like 3 years of Autel new energy development in Europe, what we have happened, it's quite amazing. And the success of this story is not only rely on one person, it's rely on the whole team. So that's why, first of all, I want to thank you, all my team members, which they make all the best effort and to make this miracle happen. And maybe they are not the best team in the world, but in the bottom of my heart, actually they are best in my heart. I think they are best teams. Yeah, so that's why I give special thanks to them. And for sure, the success also is belongs to the customer who has trust our brand and also trust Autel. And that's why special thank you to all the partners and the customers. Because when you make the choice, actually you are taking the risk. At the beginning, you're comparing with Autel, maybe with Abitronic, with Campora. Why are you choosing Autel? So for sure, there's a lot of background reasons. But anyhow, I would say that thank you so much. And the third is that, making this industry, if we want to survive and to be on the way to excellent, it's not only about the people, the key things about the technology evolution. And so that's why today you have the opportunity and the chance to looking at what we're going to launch for the new product. Something related to the AC part and also something related to the DC part. And also we catch up speed with all the industry leaders. So that's why we're going to launch like the MCS charging system, and our CPO Bruce, later on, he will give you the detailed introduction. And also welcome, you can take the picture outside with our MCS, and you can broadcast on the LinkedIn as you wish. Yes. Okay, let me start my keynote. And I'll just spend 2 or 3 pages talking about insight of what happened in Europe. And I think the most common words in your head is that, in the end of last year, AFIR, is kind of regulation, is pan-Europe. And inside of the AFIR, that means they define how much kilometers you need to set up the hypercharger, and what is the minimum charging power capacity for a DC fast charger, and also even the height of the touch screen, and also the payment ports machine, and which need to be friendly user for those disabled. Actually, it gives very clear definition. So that's why all of Autel chargers, we comply with AFIR solutions. This will reduce a lot of the argument about whether your charger is fit for or not. And also, meanwhile, if you're looking at this industry in EU, still a lot of good government fundings, subsidiaries, which is happening to boost this industry. This is all happening all around Europe. That means, at least in my personal perspective, this industry is gonna still booming up in the coming decade. So that's why we get in the right place, and also we are doing the things at the right moment. That is too vital for us. And then, something more I want to add that this is kind of the new segment of the market we pay attention to. So that's why we have the plan to launch our mega charging system solution. If you're looking at the status, if you're looking at the report data figures, you will see in the coming decades to the 2030, the percentage of the EV trucks almost will occupy 1/3 of the market. And especially in Nordic, especially in Western Europe, the percentage will be even higher. Yeah. So that's why fleet market is kind of the market which you cannot avoidable, and it's quite critical vital. For us as charger EVSE suppliers to be an important role in this industry. Yeah. So that's why we are working on that. And this picture I taken from the ARC investment. From the document is the Big Ideas 2024. Inside of this report, one part is related to the EV charging speed. If you're looking at almost 100 years before, the charging speed you can see almost 2,300 minutes for fully charging a 200 miles of range. But what is the speed we expect in the 2027? It should be less, almost like 3 or 4 minutes. That means the charging experience of that going to be similar to what you are doing the gasoline charging. Yeah. And talking about the vision of Autel, you know, we are kind of the group of the people quite practical and realistic. I have no, the confidence that I will surpass Arbitronic within 2 or 3 years. No way. They are too strong, they are leader, and also the brand is too good. But I set my target that I want to be top 5 in the European market. If you're counting who can be in the top 5, Arbitronic, Kempower, ABB, and then who's going to be number 4, number 5. For sure, I believe Autel will be in some position in this market. And this is some critical target we set for us, and we are aiming for that. If you're looking at the whole map, the business development progress of Autel Europe EV charging business, we are doing quite well in UK, in France, in Italy, and also in Netherlands, and also in Central Europe. And we are in the quick development pace in Nordic market, in the DACH region. Yeah. So this is something which I expect, and also this cannot get rid of the effort together with our customer. And then I will just share some figures, because Autel is listed in Chinese stock market, and all these financial figures you can easily find in our financial report. And what happened last year, that still the whole Autel group, our business is increasing very stable. It's almost 40%. But if you're looking at our EV charger business increasement, it's incredible. It's almost 400 to up 500 times. That means really we are on the way just like our charging speed. It's increased a lot. And this year, we easily expect the revenue of EV charger business can be double easily. Yeah. And meanwhile, we always keep our eye on the market inside. So that's why keep follow on the new technology evolvement is quite critical. And MCS is one of the part we're looking for. And localization, for example, like local manufacture, I will share with the following slide that you can see the progress will happen in the North America. Also, technologies, I will share with you in the coming slides. And you know, if you want to convince the customer, because now we have deployed a lot of chargers in Europe. Just simply last year, we sold 50,000 pieces of AC maxi charger. DC charger, we sold almost 1,000 pieces DC fast charger, plus 500 pieces of DC compact charger. This is the number what we sold last year. And you know, I just go through the backend system to checking, okay, the running status of the chargers. And we found out that our charger is quite good and the quality is stable. You know, last year when we see the quality of the AC figures, it's less than 1% of the fault rate. It's remarkable. And we deploy a lot of the DC chargers, and the uptime is critical. I just listed the top 100 sites in our system. I saw that the uptime is quite convincible. Meanwhile, and the first timing charging success rate currently is around 95%. But still, I think with our local R&D and the test lab effort, I think we can even to leverage to improve this figure to even higher percentage. Yeah. And this is the progress of what we are doing in North America. You know, due to the government funding policy, and since the last year, October, our North America factory is in operational. And currently the production capability is around 2,000 DC fast charger per year. And with the business going on, we can easily expand to 5,000 pieces in the coming years. And how about what will happen in Europe? If you've been to Barcelona, you will see this is our Spanish R&D center located in the beautiful city in Spain, in Barcelona. It's around 1,000 square meters, equipped with all the good test and also R&D facilities. The major task for them is doing the power module R&D for the next generation. I will share you in the coming slide. Yeah. Last year, it was the last year annual meeting. It's kind of the milestone for us. We get the contract with Vattenfall, that is the AC compact chargers. And the journey is not so easy to finally get recognition and win that project. But finally, we get a very positive result. The design of the product, the easy installation of the product, really, impressed customer a lot. And also, customer went back to China to see our headquarters and to do the factory inspections. Things goes quite well. So why I want to share that this year, any of our customers who want to go back to China, just contact with your local sales and welcome back to Autel headquarters to have a look at our headquarters and to have a look at our DC, AC charging production lines. Totally welcome, yeah. And this is the organization globally what we have today, but the expanding speed is never stopped. And we spent around 3 years to set up the 7 offices in Europe to cover all the major big countries in Europe. And besides of that, we have local warehouse, local R&D centers. And this is something what we are doing to increase our localization. So sometimes, customers challenge me that, what is your key selling point of Autel? Really, we have too many selling points. Localization is something which the other rivals cannot compete. We give quick response to the customer based on all this infrastructure. With the key account projects going on, still we keep expanding our teams as well. Technical innovation never stops. If you're looking at the whole journey from what happened in the past years, something related to the technical, we always stick to that. First, for example, the Einschrecht. We're doing the Einschrecht for a long time. It takes a long time to get that certification, but still we never give up to do that. Last year, our solution team finished the test with the charging object. We did a plug and charge test, and also we even demoed in the ICNC object in the last year in Berlin. Also this year, we'll make something, surprising happen in this year ICNC, September in Berlin as well. Also, today we will announce our mega charging system, and also welcome you can have a look and touch that. And we are developing our next generation power module as well. It's based on the silicon cobalt technologies, which can hugely leverage the efficiency of the power module. And if you're looking at the generation of Autel DC chargers, it is exactly matching with our power module availability roadmap. The first generation of DC fast charger, 120, 240 DC compact charger, that's based on our 20 kilowatt power module. This year, our high power 640 high power charger, that is based on our 40 kilowatt power module. And what's going to happen in the next year? I'll just give you some hint. We are doing the R&D for the 60 kilowatt power module, and based on the silicon cobalt technologies, and this will be applied to our next generation all-in-one DC fast charger, and also cascading for the mega charging system as well. Yeah. So this is something we're going to do, and also we will launch in the year 2025. So that means this TV series is never stopped. If you come into next year, our annual meeting, I think you will see our next generation DC all-in-one chargers and also our 60 kilowatt power module. And as I said, our DC charger is exactly matching with our power module roadmaps and also releasing plans. Hereby, I just want to share 2 cases which we deployed with our DC high power chargers. Maybe you can guess. I can share you with one figures. To the 2nd week of April, we already get 40 sets of DC high power charging orders in Europe. And this year, we'll expect we can easily get around 150 sets of the high power chargers orders this year, and then we'll try to fulfill most of them. And hereby, I just show you 2 cases what happened. And this is the first site I have to thank our partner PowerGo, and they set up this first site of the hypercharger in Denmark. And we deployed this site in a very special moment. It's in the last year Christmas time. At the moment, our technical support and project manager, together with customer, we solving all the difficulties, and we set up and commissioned the chargers. And the chargers works very fine. And also with Per. And Per already tried that charger several times on the way of your charging. Per, later on you can share your experience with all the other audience as well. And the story is never stopped. We continuously to roll out our second high power charger site with Enefit, one of our key customer. Also, they rely on us and they trust us a lot. And we also on time to deploy this set of high power chargers in Lithuania. Tomorrow, you will see another deployment site visit, just like you did last year in the Amsterdam Logistics Center. You saw the deployment of Autel DC fast charger. In Netherlands, you will see our real site of the high power system deployment, also together with our partner. And because we are in this new energy industry, and we are always keeping our mind sustainable in our mind. This is what our team in Europe, they have done in the last months. You know, we cooperate with Life Terra, this foundation, and we plant 1,000 trees in Netherlands. And also this is in help with our partner in Netherlands. And we hope that this kind of green story will continue, never stop. And that's all I think from my session. And thank you for your time. And then I will hand over my stage to my CPO, and also he will do a self-introduction very briefly. And then it was his stage to introduce and launch our new product. Thank you.